Anybody else? All right. All right, Uncle Daniel, question.
Just a reminder in the meantime that the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, they have made their Smile Mobile available to provide counseling services, I guess during the break or so, just someone for you all to talk to if you so desire. Was there a question, ma'am?
No. Oh, yes, I have a question for Uncle Daniel.
Uncle Daniel,
For
okay.
I'm in the audience right now. For persons who you smoke one weed but it no longer helps and they start smoking two, three, how can you explain that for us?
Smile, yeah. All right, so that is called you're building tolerance, right? So it's like one is no longer good enough because the body requires a lot more. So you have to always take a bigger volume in order to feel the same, right? Because your body doesn't get accustomed to it. How can you help that person? All right, so we operate on what we call the stages of change model in many ways. So sometimes a conversation with that person is good, right? And if the conversation is not working, you can actually now ask the person to talk to a professional to help them work through what they're going through. Because sometimes one of the stress is building up, so in order to cope, I need to use something, right? So talking is one way of helping the person. Any question? Yes.
Why them not ban the bad drugs?
Why they don't ban the bad drugs? All right, so the money is one. Yes, because did I say that? So you said money, right? So there's different reasons why they don't ban it, right? Well, I can't tell you. There's just reasons, but you have a choice. So there's always choice in the matter. For example, I do know based on certain laws that we have in Jamaica, like the Child Care and Protection Act and different things, it's illegal for persons to sell to a minor and certain things. Adults can make better decisions, but based on certain choices, they go to that. However, you also have a role to play. At some point in your life, a friend is going to come to you and offer you something, whether to smoke or something to drink. It's up to you if you're going to partake or not, right? But I also understand about peer pressure, how strong that is. Sometimes you want to fit in, and because you want to fit in with your peer group, you decide to participate in what they are doing. Sometimes the hardest thing is the best thing to do is to walk away. Because some friends are like anchors what can hold you back from achieving your purpose and your goal. All right? All right, so vaping is, well, actually I have a vape machine, what was part of the presentation. To show you? Yeah, all right, give me one, it's in my bag. So what we call now, the slide is called emerging drugs in Jamaica. What we're now presently seeing, a lot of schools now from primary school all the way up to high school. I remember I was in a particular place recently as a gas station, and I saw a bunch of students, about 7 of them, looked like they were just into high school, and what they did was save up their money in order to buy a vape machine. Name some of the flavors what they can vape. Name them. The pocket. No. 1 second. So this. All right. The reason why I did that was not necessarily for me, because I know the answer. Because most person here has vaped before. That is the reality. So all I'm doing is talking about something what is taking place now. and the dangers of it. So we have moved away from this is the mod 5 or 6. It's rechargeable. And that comes with about 5,000 puffs. And I actually can refill it if I want. Vaping is, and now you hear that this is safer or healthier than smoking cigarette. Lie. Don't be fooled. You remember earlier when I talked about the color, how pretty it looks? So this is designed in many ways to attract you. Because guess what? This little thing here, when it comes to the e-liquids, there's over 10,000 different flavors. Strawberry, raspberry, chocolate, mint. I even saw a birthday cake flavor. And every flavor tastes like how it sounds. So it's designed to attract you. So they have moved away from smoking, where they change their tactics in many ways now to vaping. And a lot of parents, this is a big machine. They're somewhat small as a thumb drive. Some look like a pen. There's many designs. So don't be fooled by it. Now this can either have nicotine base or ganja or all sorts of different things. Don't be fooled by it. You have a choice. This is your life. As I said in the presentation, a few minutes of pleasure can cause a lifetime of problem. Yeah. The effects you have, like for example, there are about 3 years ago, there was this thing happening in the US when it comes to a whole bunch of respiratory problems and different things, because one of the ingredients they put in it was vitamin C and all of these things. So it affects the lung. Part of it was called wet lung. It is where the liquid was built up in the lung and it could hardly breathe. You know, when you smoke cigarette, there's over 5,000 chemicals in a cigarette, right? You know that? So many of the chemicals you find in cigarettes are embalming fluid, rat poison, poison will kill cockroach, we find a paint, insecticide, battery, all of these different things in it. Yes, when you don't know what to put on the body. So you have to make some conscious decisions. So yes, it affects the lung, it affects almost a lot of internal organs, right? And the throat, especially for those who smoke cigarettes. Because the first place when you smoke, inhale, go through what? The trachea. And I can just show you a video when it comes to a pig's lung. Okay, there you go. So those are the new and emerging drugs what we're talking about. Fentanyl, yes, is now fentanyl. Is can come in both. Just I should show a video. Right, so the reality is this. I was mentioning earlier that the drug use context in Jamaica has changed. I was on the slide where I talk about traditional drugs were ganja, alcohol, and tobacco. These are now replacing it when it comes to edibles. When you go to most school right now, you have ganja cake, ganja brownie, ganja gizzada, you have ganja ice cream, you have ganja lollipop, you have jello shots, rummy jello, you have Mr. Man who always jump on the stage and what you normally take? What the artist name? Me no know, what's his name? So yes, so you do have certain persons. I did not call no artist name, by the way. You do have artists what are they're normalizing the use of substances to make you want to try it because you see the artist up on stage and do some piece of thing. But me not bash artists and me not do that because, you know, what I'm bashing though is the negative influence it's having over your life. Because a lot of persons in here today have the potential to change this nation. But based on our own limiting self-belief, we hold ourselves back. Yes. And when it comes to substance use, this is something we can talk about for the entire day. So all I was doing is just have to break it down a little.
Thank you. I've never heard of the synthetic cannabinoids. What is that?
All right, so like for example, synthetic cannabinoids is where you can spray, like we can do a drug test. for test for THC. THC stands for, I should ask Mrs. Royal what THC stands for. Tetrahydrocannabinol, right? That is how you can see if somebody is smoking. And I should tell you this. You can smoke ganja last month and we can test it this month. And it stays in your body up to 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So some longer, some little shorter. And if you urine without the urine, we can simply test your hair strand. Up to 3 months longer. So whatever you use, it stays in the body. So synthetic cannabinoids now is where they spray the chemical on a plant in order to use it. So it mimics the THC. So it's like now we're moving to artificial things, not necessarily the real thing, which is having a havoc on it. So it is changing. As I said, most schools what we're invited to when the guidance counselors are dealing with discipline open the drawer, there's about 25 of these inside of it. Now we're now in the digital era. Tell me what time is up here. We're now in the digital era where all we need to go at TikTok or Instagram and order something and deliver right to you. Like, true or lie? So it changed. Right? So there are sites right now on TikTok or Instagram where you can order certain substance and it comes right to you. So we have to talk to you about the dangers of these things because guess what? Most person here will listen to me as soon as they've gone outside and they forget everything I present about. That's how the mind works. So what we're trying to do is repeat it so it's cementing it for change. Right?
Thank you so very much, Uncle Danny. Clap him. Clap everybody who asked questions. Clap Mrs. Hyde Beckford. We want to thank them so very much. Absolutely absorbing, informative, and you need nobody to tell you that these things are not good for you. I've never smoked in my life except passive smoke, and that's why I stopped going to the stadium, because it gives me an instant headache. Whether it's cigarette or marijuana, anything, I don't allow those things into my body. I'm 71 years old, and yes, ma'am, I retired 11 years ago, and I don't intend to look mashed down, you know. And why? Because I take care of what goes into my body. I remember one day, a Rastaman said to me, Miss, what do you think happened to the lotion where you put on your body? And I thought, I said, it goes through the skin. Yes, absorb. And from that, I don't like lotion much, you know. My manicurist and pedicurist, I said, Miss Beard, why you want lotion on your foot? And I keep remembering the Rastaman. Whatever you put into your body, on your body, you hear everything, and I'm telling myself the same thing too. You have to be mindful. It determines how you age, how you look. Yes, and it determines your life. Right now I have about 3 friends. They are single mothers and their children are in and out of Ward 21. Go to Papine, buy the weed, laced with whatever you don't know, and they are now in a state of mental deterioration. You do not want to go there. And we're not scaring you, we're just scaring you so that you don't do it. So, I know you're hungry, children, but you know you're also hungry for information. At this time, we're going to be having the booth hopping, which means you go from booth to booth and you collect your flyers and brochures and so on that will inform you even after this excellent presentation. And it will allow you to interact as well, and we're going to possibly have an incentive for the best interactor then, for want of a better word. And we're going to move on then to lunch. Let me, I hear yes. Lunch is going to be wonderful. It's at the meal facilities by the East Street Junior Center across the road at 19 East Street. And the resumption time is supposed to be 12:25 p.m. Are you listening? I want you all to pay attention now. 12:25. What time is it, please? 12 what? 12:08? All right. So you're going to do the booth hopping. And then we want to do it in an organized, structured manner. I want you to give a round of applause to the teachers. You see those ladies in and out with their little children, making sure that they are okay. It is called love. They love, you can see the love, and it gives me goosebumps and I think about it and I watch them, how they operate with love and care. Children, clap your teachers. And so you're going to do your booth hopping. I wish I saw Miss Palmer so she could advise me how we're going to do that. Let us just, Mrs. Boucher, come.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I hope it has been very interesting. I'm finding it very interesting so far. The booths are on the outside, the door on my right. And it is about what? About 4 or 5 of them. And it is just to go, interact, ask your questions, look and see what is there. And learn. Don't be afraid to ask questions. All right?
The Smile Mobile CPFSA, do we have any representative here? We'll find out and let you know. So if you need to talk to somebody, just, you have a burning concern and you need some help that you don't want anybody else to know, whether teacher or parent, or you can go there and get some help. So, we're going to have the booth hopping. I want us to leave in an orderly manner. Maybe as soon as I give you the okay, we could go from this side through and across. And then we are going to be after lunch, which is at 12:25, by the East Street Junior Center across the road at 19 East Street. During that time, we're going to be having some video clips on the Junior Center activities, and I know there are numerous for you to see. And we'll also have music, so you can at least relax. Specially selected music by Conscience, Don't Waste Your Talent, and we're looking forward to that. And of course, we're going to be having things like a dance and so on later on. So, I want us to just stand, and I'm going to lay hands on you suddenly to pronounce the grace for us. We have to give thanks for everything that the Almighty God has endowed us with. So may I invite us all to bow our heads and be quiet, please. No talking. No talking. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to do it together for health and strength. 1, 2. For health and strength and daily food, we praise thy name, O Lord. Amen.
Blessings to all of you. Have a wonderful booth hopping and lunch. And we resume at, hold on, let me look at my little thing here. We're going to resume, is it, I'm sorry. Lunch is going to be now. Yes, lunch is now, and we're going to resume at 12:25. I would say 12:30. No, not possible. What time is it? 12:10. Okay, well that's what I have on my sheet. So it's going to be, it has to be modified. So we'll let you know. Take care and enjoy. At 1 o'clock, I'd say 1 o'clock. Okay, promptly we will resume at 1 because we end at 2. God bless you all and see you later. Mr. Brown, Mr. Daniel.
yeah. I have the heart of a champion. Heart of a champion, yeah. Yeah. It's my time, it's my place, it's my destiny. No one can take away what was meant for me. My granny said, what for you can be and for you. No man never see where God plan for you, yeah. The best is yet to come. If I believe I can, I will. No holding back, no giving in. 'Cause I know I was born to win. Was born to win. I was born to win. Heart of a champion. Heart of a champion. It's my time, it's my place, it's my destiny. No one can take away what was meant for me. My granny said, what for you can be and for you. No man never see where God can be you, yeah. The best is yet to come. If I believe I can. No holding back, no giving in. 'Cause I know I was born to win. Heart of a champion. Heart of a champion. Through the rain, through the dark, through the storm, I remain and I strive. Yeah, 7 times fall, 10 times rise. Yes, I am my eyes, and now I see the sun. Champion. I have the heart of a champion.
Welcome everyone to the Institute of Jamaica. We are so glad to host you today inside our lecture hall. Your safety and well-being are our top priorities, so we would like to take a moment to go over important procedures in case of an emergency. In the event of an earthquake, drop cover and hold. Please remain inside until the shaking stops. Stay where you are until it is safe to evacuate the building. In case of a fire, an alarm will be sounded. Stop what you are doing immediately. Follow the nearest exit signs located at the back and sides of the lecture hall. You will be assisted by our safety warden. For your convenience, the restrooms are located downstairs towards the foyer area of the building. Then turn to your immediate right. Signs are also posted on the restroom doors. Thank you for your attention to these important safety procedures. Enjoy your event and have a wonderful time at the Institute of Jamaica. Welcome everyone to the Institute of Jamaica. We are so glad to host you today inside our lecture hall. Your safety and well-being are our top priorities, so we would like to take a moment to go over important procedures in case of an emergency. In the event of an earthquake, drop cover and hold. Please remain inside until the shaking stops. Stay where you are until it is safe to evacuate the building. In case of a fire, an alarm will be sounded. Stop what you are doing immediately. Follow the nearest exit signs located at the back and sides of the lecture hall. You will be assisted by our safety warden. For your convenience, the restrooms are located downstairs towards the foyer area of the building. Then turn to your immediate right. Signs are also posted on the restroom doors. Thank you for your attention to these important safety procedures. Enjoy your event and have a wonderful time at the Institute of Jamaica. Welcome everyone to the Institute of Jamaica. We are so glad to host you today inside our lecture hall. Your safety and well-being are our top priorities, so we would like to take a moment to go over important procedures in case of an emergency. In the event of an earthquake, drop cover and hold. Please remain inside until the shaking stops. Stay where you are until it is safe to evacuate the building. In case of a fire, an alarm will be sounded. Stop what you are doing immediately. Follow the nearest exit signs located at the back and sides of the lecture hall. You will be assisted by our safety warden. For your convenience, the restrooms are located downstairs towards the foyer area of the building. Then turn to your immediate right. Signs are also posted on the restroom doors. Thank you for your attention to these important safety procedures. Enjoy your event and have a wonderful time at the Institute of Jamaica. Welcome everyone to the Institute of Jamaica. We are so glad to host you today inside our lecture hall. Your safety and well-being are our top priorities, so we would like to take a moment to go over important procedures in case of an emergency. In the event of an earthquake, drop cover and hold. Please remain inside until the shaking stops. Stay where you are until it is safe to evacuate the building. In case of a fire, an alarm will be sounded. Stop what you are doing immediately. Follow the nearest exit signs located at the back and sides of the lecture hall. You will be assisted by our safety warden. For your convenience, the restrooms are located downstairs towards the foyer area of the building. Then turn to your immediate right. Signs are also posted on the restroom doors. Thank you for your attention to these important safety procedures. Enjoy your event and have a wonderful time at the Institute of Jamaica. Welcome everyone to the Institute of Jamaica. We are so glad to host you today inside our lecture hall. Your safety and well-being are our top priorities, so we would like to take a moment to go over important procedures in case of an emergency. In the event of an earthquake, drop cover and hold. Please remain inside until the shaking stops. Stay where you are until it is safe to evacuate the building. In case of a fire, an alarm will be sounded. Stop what you are doing immediately. Follow the nearest exit signs located at the back and sides of the lecture hall. You will be assisted by our safety warden. For your convenience, the restrooms are located downstairs towards the foyer area of the building. Then turn to your immediate right. Signs are also posted on the restroom doors. Thank you for your attention to these important safety procedures. Enjoy your event and have a wonderful time at the Institute of Jamaica. Welcome everyone to the Institute of Jamaica. We are so glad to host you today inside our lecture hall. Your safety and well-being are our top priorities, so we would like to take a moment to go over important procedures in case of an emergency. In the event of an earthquake, drop cover and hold. Please remain inside until the shaking stops. Stay where you are until it is safe to evacuate the building. In case of a fire, an alarm will be sounded. Stop what you are doing immediately. Follow the nearest exit signs located at the back and sides of the lecture hall. You will be assisted by our safety warden. For your convenience, the restrooms are located downstairs towards the foyer area of the building. Then turn to your immediate right. Signs are also posted on the restroom doors. Thank you for your attention to these important safety procedures. Enjoy your event and have a wonderful time at the Institute of Jamaica.
if you're not using your phone to record, am I echoing something? If you're not using your phones to record, I'd like you to put them away. I do not want to see you scrolling. You can scroll at another time, my darlings. Now is an opportune time for you to pay attention and to absorb all the goodness that you can. And some of you are still talking, so I'm gonna ask you please to just settle down. We're almost at the end of a wonderful day, and we want to end higher, as Uncle Daniel spoke to us earlier about. So, did you have a good lunch? Did you enjoy the lunch? Wonderful, wonderful. I did too. And we want to thank the providers for lunch. So, you have to cook with love. There's something that I didn't do. It would be remiss of me if I didn't ask you to give a round of applause to the interpreters, Mrs. Marvisha Good Game Chin and Mrs. Carol Williams. Please stand and acknowledge and be acknowledged. Sorry. Thank you so very much. You do what most of us can't. One of these days you're going to have to teach me. Oh, that would be wonderful. Yes. Good. So, without further ado, gives me great pleasure to invite on stage to dance for us Mr. Dextrose McLeod, and he's going to do his dance to an instrumental dance. Mr. Music, will you please play? Oh, is you? Clap him, the man, clap him, the man, clap him.
Hi guys, thank you for allowing me to entertain you. As you can hear, I'm very winded. So at this time, I want to invite some of our students. I'm sure you guys are not, this music isn't foreign to you, right? If you guys have heard it before, singing sequences done to this song before. Yes? Raise up hands of those who know it. Hands. I want at least 3 to 5 students to come up here. Anybody stand up? Who? First 3, first 5. Let's go. Up. That's 5. Let's go. Alright. So I'm gonna play the music again. One more? Sure, you can come, man. You have space. I just said 5 because I want them to order, right? I can't tell everybody, right? So I'm gonna play the music again. Now you can use choreo or dance that you know, but you also can pull from what I just did before you, okay? So I want for you guys to show the audience what you can do. Ready? Ready, ready? Hit it. Everybody. Take it with it. Pull it. You know this is step up, man.
clap them. Wonderful. And everybody doing them little thing, you know. Some of them not frying, just stirring, not true. But they're having a wonderful time. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sorry I couldn't join in at all. I used to dance, you know, but not so much anymore. So that was wonderful. Shaped out some of the meal, you know, because we're getting ready now to invite Miss Sylvia Rose. She's the programs officer for the Greater Portmore Junior Center, and she's going to introduce our next presenter, who's going to speak on identity and self-expression. Mr. Gion Mitchell, are you here, sir? Oh, that's you. Okay. I have lunch beside that gentleman. Senior Youth Empowerment Officer, he's the Youth and Adolescents Policy from the Youth and Adolescents Policy Division of the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. That ministry changed names so often. Yes, the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. Not true. I can't wait. So, Miss Rose here. Sylvia Rose. That's her name. What you're gonna do the honors and what's your name, please? Mrs. Angela Baker. She's going to do the honors. Please make her welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so the pleasure is mine to introduce to you this afternoon Mr. Gion Mitchell, Youth Development Professional. Gion Mitchell is a dedicated youth development practitioner currently serving in the Youth and Adolescents Policy Division of the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. He began his journey with the division in 2013 when it operated as the National Center for Youth Development. Mr. Mitchell started his career as a Youth Empowerment Officer for the parish of St. Catherine, where he managed both the Portmore Youth Innovation Center and the St. Catherine Youth Innovation Center. In this role, he was instrumental in supporting key youth governance bodies such as the National Secondary Students Council for Region 6, the Portmore and St. Catherine Youth Councils, and the Jamaica Prefect Association at the regional level. He also contributed to the coordination of flagship national initiatives, including the National Youth Parliament and the annual celebration of Youth Month in November. In May 2024, Mr. Mitchell was promoted to Senior Youth Empowerment Officer with oversight responsibilities for Region 5, 6, and 7. In this capacity, he supervises youth empowerment officers across multiple parishes, guiding their efforts to implement youth-related programs and initiatives effectively. In addition to his core responsibilities, Mr. Mitchell also serves as the coordinator for the National Youth Council of Jamaica, where he plays a key role in strengthening youth governance and representation at the national level. Participation of young people in national development. Academically, Mr. Mitchell holds an associate degree in entertainment and events management, a bachelor's degree in youth development work, and is currently completing a level 7 master's level qualification in leadership and management from a UK-based institution. His strong passion for youth development is evident in his unwavering creating opportunities for engagement and supporting policies and programs that drive meaningful change
an introduction. Yes, but I'm a youth empowerment officer first, and so it is my duty to empower young people, and I want you to understand the importance of participating in the development of your life. And so when you can look back and somebody can, talk about you, and when they talk about you can feel good. You can listen to your own journey and see where you're coming from, and so that is what I'm here today to talk to you about. Alright, so first of all, I'm the presenter that comes after lunch, and I usually say after lunch people want to sleep. So I'm not going to stay long with you, but we are going to be doing, having a discussion. Alright? We're going to be having a discussion, and it means that you are going to be participating. You are going to be interacting, and I'll be learning from you because I am actually facilitating. Alright? So therefore, I'm here not knowing all the answers, but I'll be getting some of the answers from you, the participants. Because you, in your own right, you know some things that I don't know. And so you're going to help me to understand some things about you, each and every one in here. So, I'm going to do something first to just start off. And I just want you to just repeat after me and just try to go. Alright? So, when I say boom chicka boom, you're going to say boom chicka boom. Alright? So when I say boom chicka bim boom, you're going to say? Alright. It goes like this. Me say a boom chicka boom. Me say a boom chicka boom. Me say a boom chicka raka chicka boom. One more time. Me say a boom chicka boom. Me say a boom chicka boom. Me say a boom chicka raka chicka boom. One more time. Read what next? Me say a boom chicka boom. Me say a boom chicka boom. Me say a boom chicka raka chicka boom. Oh yeah. One more time. Read Chinese. I feel a boom. I feel a boom. Oh yeah. One time. Read Pentecostal. I say a boom chicka boom. Come on, boom chicka boom. I say a boom chicka raka chicka boom. Oh yeah. One more time. Read Catholic. I say a boom chicka boom. You're not supposed to go to sleep. Alright. So, I was asked to come and do this presentation, but it is also surrounding the student dress and grooming policy. Because when we talk about identity and self-expression, it starts from where? Where it starts from? From home. Alright. And you are at that tender age where you are developing values, and attitude, all the different beliefs. And so each and every one of you based on your own values and beliefs, that will influence you in terms of the type of person you will become. You know, your beliefs actually will be very important that you start to think about yourself as an individual, you know, and where you want to go. What are the things? Who am I? You know, what do I love doing? And listen, at your age, it is okay to be thinking of, different career choices. You know, it is okay. Some of us is when we leave high school, we just make up our mind. Some persons at university, because what they thought they wanted to be, they realized that, this is not the passion. I just wanted to do this because everybody was talking about it. And that is what happened. Even in our schools, everybody talk about, certain careers. So when they have career day, a set of careers, everybody come and dress up. But that is when you are young, and when you start to grow now, you start to see that there are other career choices. And your interests kind of start to shift. And sometimes it shifts because of environment, exposure. You start to get exposed to other things, you start to learn about other things. You understand? Sometimes to values. You start to buckle down and you start to, I have a passion for this. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be my noble purpose. And I always say to persons, that you have to understand your noble purpose in life. Because you can be just doing a job and that is the job. But what is your noble purpose? And for some people, their noble purpose is just to help people, to empower people. So whether they do it through education, through counseling, whether they do it through healthcare, but the healthcare and the education and all of those things, it is just to live and survive on that medium to empower. But their noble purpose is really to help people. And then for some people, that is what encourage them, that is what push them, that is what motivate them to get up every morning and go to work, even if it doesn't pay good. Because at the end of the day, they know that my passion and my noble purpose is to empower and to help young people. So when you find your noble purpose and your passion, it gives you that drive. It gives you that push. And so that's why it's important for you as young persons to understand yourself, know what you like, what you want to become, and what you want to be remembered for. So that you can start think about your journey. And that will also help you to make wise decisions. Because you start to look and say, but if I go this way and I follow these friends, then that might prevent me from reaching my goals. That might prevent me from actually achieving my fullest potential. We have so much talents in Jamaica, and every single one of you in here have talents. Everybody have talents. You have something to offer. Every single one of you. And it doesn't take much, but just simply believing in yourself. From now, believing in yourself and making that decision that you will ensure that you do what it takes to actually achieve your goals. And so that is very important. And so you have to understand who you are. That identity in terms of who am I. Some people ask themselves that, who am I? And you start to think about your own self. You look in the mirror, you start to talk about yourself. Who am I? What do I love? What are the things that I adults, some of us wish we didn't have some of the opportunities, you know. We wish we didn't have some of these motivational sessions, because some of us would have been millionaires, and you know, because like, you know, some of us started late because we never have that type of grooming and motivation, and our parents tried, but they weren't exposed to. Some of our parents weren't exposed to some things as well. You understand? So they only could have impart on us what they know. But you now have that opportunity. I see young people using social media, and what they use it for is the negative and the positive. How can you use social media to improve your grades? Do you think about that? You know? So it's for you to start to think about yourself and think about the things that you do and how it can help to uplift you. You know, make you a better person, make you achieve those goals, make you achieve the grades that you need to achieve in class. Because you have social media, you have the internet. There are so much information that you can get now that some persons, back then we have to go to the library, we have to sit down and read all these books. Now you can utilize social media to do proper research and get information. So remember, importance, who am I? Ask yourself that, it's very important. Help to define self. Help to define self. Who is John Brown? Or who do you want John Brown to be? Or to be in terms of an individual? And so you start to apply the things that needs to be applied, adopt, you take on those things, you start to change certain things that you are doing that is not in line with what you want people to see or say about you as an individual. So self-identity is very important. So, you are all in school, and we now have we have now a dress and grooming policy, which was developed in 2023. So that is the most recent grooming policy. But there's something special about this grooming policy. The grooming policy, it is not, some persons think it's a rule book that is created by the ministry, you know, that says to school, okay, this is the way a child should look, this is the way a child should behave, these are all rules. No, it's a policy which is a guide. And so what the policy is really saying, or pushing, is for each school to be unique in the way in which they put together their own rules and guidelines in terms of dress code. Because each school will have their own. So the ministry don't just create a rule book and say this is for all schools. What the policy does, it's a guide in terms of the process in putting this policy or this in terms of institutional rule book together, which govern in terms of how we groom ourselves. Alright? And so what we are saying in this policy is that we are looking more in terms of identity, who we are as a Jamaican, the participation of our young people. So we are moving away from just we the adults sit and we do the rules. And some of us, we would do it in the past, but we are looking at, okay, with this generation, we have to get them involved in terms of participating in the process. And sometimes as adults, we have to really sit and we have to look and say, this is not working. And it doesn't matter what my grandmother did, we still have to look at what is happening now in the society and how can we, look at in terms of our young people, the type of careers they are going into, and what is needed for those careers. There was a time when even there were schools that would not admit students who have locks. Yes, you could not school or so if you had locks. And so as we go on, that was changed. But back then, they did believe that they were really doing justice with a rule like that. Excelsior High School, they changed that. Yes. Because what we are saying now is that we are moving away from discrimination. We are being more inclusive. And so you got an opportunity now to participate in the discussion. So we have this policy, but we are still doing consultation. We are still asking young people, what do you feel about these rules? I tell you, recently, last month, I went to Jamaica College. High school, for those who don't know Jamaica. Everybody know Jamaica College, right? You know Jamaica College? Yes, good school, good school. Alright, so, but I went with some friends who, they were visiting Jamaica College for the first. And so, I was going to set up a booth for the ministry because we have a technology conference. And I set up the booth, and then I went back for the volunteers that were waiting in the car. And they were just there amazed and like, what's happening? And like, the males, did you know Jamaica College allowed their males to grow their hair? They actually allowed their males to grow their hair. So, it was a culture shock because this was different from other schools. And so what is happening with this policy is that each school, depending on the environment, depending on the culture, they can tailor their rules based on that. It involves the participation of their students. And the students are able to say that, listen, I guarantee you that if I grow my hair, if I keep grow my hair, I will perform just as high as anyone else. And it will not interrupt. It will not interrupt school, it will not interrupt the classes. And some of the best sets of performing students at Jamaica College, they have tall hair. Now the thing about it is this, is that we did have students at Jamaica College that didn't have tall hair. But what happened, it was just those with the pretty and the cool and yes. So, what happened is that we found out that persons were discriminated. It was not something in terms of just a rule that really goes for everyone. It was based on what a person believed, an individual believed. Okay? So, the rules now, what the policy is now saying is that it has to involve both the parents, the board parents, and the teachers. It has to be a participatory process. And we have to also state why is this rule. So each rule, you must have a statement for each rule. Why are we having this particular rule? Because we must justify why we are saying that this is a rule. And we are moving away also from just adopting things that, okay, because it was there from 50 years or 70 years, we are looking at how we can ensure that young people are participating in the process. No, here's the flip side of it. Students must be responsible. Because it cannot be that you get the opportunity to participate in the process and then you abuse the process. It cannot be that you are participating in the process and you can't justify why this rule should be changed. But I'm going to also put you to the test because I want to hear from you, and I know you're here with your teachers, but you can be open, and I know they won't. But you can also share what are some of the rules that you like about your school, and tell me, how does that rule empowers you? How does that rule empowers you? How does that rule help you to shape you for the working world? Because guess what? important you understand that rules are not just there to just have rules for rules' sake. The rules supposed to have objectives, empower and guide and help you to develop and shape you for the working world. And so the rules also reflect in terms of what, the society, what is out there. And so it's very important that you understand. And when young people understand why the rules are there and why they need to abide by these rules, then you will get persons to actually abide. So they know that this is not just a rule, because persons look at rules as negative, and it's not negative. It is something we tend to kind of put it as negative. And some of us as adults, we have to take responsibility for that, because we kind of make it look negative all the time. It's always just for, for punishment, like rules is just for punishment. No, rules are not just for punishment. Rules are to help to shape and develop you as young people, preparing you for the working world, preparing you for society, preparing you for a life that you will have to live with others. Will you have to participate in different organizations, participate in different settings, like a setting like this. And so it is there to empower and to guide. So you notice, as I speak, I'm giving you the two parts of it. You participating, you understanding what rules are for, if these rules make sense or not, how it impact you, how it empower you, but also for you to understand that rules are important. And it is there to also help to develop you as young people. And as we develop ourselves, as we learn, we talk about identity, and we try to ensure that our young people in Jamaica are able to have that identity where they know their culture, they know where they are from, and they are able to embrace that culture. It's very important. And that's what we are pushing to ensure that our schools not only teach the history, but they embrace the history. You embrace the culture within your school. You embrace the culture within your rules and regulations, because those rules and regulations also will expose our young people to what we want them to be exposed to. And so that is very important. And so, in wrapping up, I just want you to understand some key stuff. There is respect. There is respect for human rights and dignity for each and every one of our young people. But also, all of us as young people, and I said all of us, we have that responsibility as well. So while we exercise our rights, they say rights comes with? Rights comes with? And if you abuse that rights, what can happen? You sanction. So you can lose that right and your freedom. So when somebody breaks the law, what happened? Consequences. So you might get locked up. Some people, other things are more than locked up. Yes. Fine. Some people spending years in prison because what? They break the law. So you have to understand this. While you exercise that right and you advocate for your right to be heard, your right to participate, which is one of the main things we have in the National Youth Policy, youth participation. That's why we have our Education Act that says that all our secondary high school must, it's not an optional. It is required by law that a student leader sits on the board to ensure that there is student representation. So you see how much things is being done to ensure that youths have their voice. And as you heard in the introduction, the youth parliament, no, young persons, and youth parliament is not a political program. It is a non-political program. You don't have to be interested in politics to be a part of youth parliament. It's just there to empower and give young persons a voice. So youth parliamentarians actually research and they make presentations to both sides in terms of the members of parliament on the issues affecting them as young people and some of the recommendations that they believe can address these issues. You have that floor, use it wisely. Use it wisely. And so teachers, everybody, adults, I want you to know more about our programs so you can get the young persons then involved. Alright? So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Mitchell. Are there any questions? I know it's about time for us to close off, and I can see that some of our students have to leave. Could you do so quietly for us, please? Because there are some of us who still have to remain to absorb the goodies. And we're almost at the end of our counting of fine stuff. And all those who leave in by Miss Raheem. I want to thank you. Please give Mr. Mitchell a round of applause. And we're going to emphasize how young he is, that he's a part of you. And if he looks around at me, I did the same thing on your side. Has made my day. Thank you so very much. Very interesting, very informative sharing on behalf of your ministry. There are a few issues that I have with them, but then that is for another time. But we will talk. Yes, so thank you so very much, and thanks for the participation for all the ladies to my right. So now, without further ado, please make welcome and give a round of applause to our absolutely absorbing saxophonist, Mr. Raheem Fletcher. He's going to do Hero by the great icon Mariah Carey. Hero, Raheem Fletcher. us 3 times. So, ma'am, please make your way. You're going to, I think, the acknowledgement, it must be the vote of thanks, eh? But I wonder, if, okay, come on, because after that is my closing remarks and then we'll be done. So please make her welcome.
Should I choose 2 persons to give me in 1 sentence what they have learned today? Yes, let me hear it. Let me come with the mic. Let me come with the mic. Yes.
So today I have learned that drugs is not a good thing for you to take. If you take drugs, it's going to let you have anxiety and you can make you sick for your entire life. It can affect your life. So smoking and drinking of alcohol is not good.
Very good. Yes. Thank you so much, Alex. You're right. We learned. The earlier you start taking drugs, the longer the effect. All right. So once again, good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for being here today. The Programs Division, which is the division of the Institute of Jamaica responsible for hosting this event, we have been doing it over the years. This is the 15th year we are doing it. And every year we try to come up with not just a topic, but something that you will learn and that will help you to be better persons. The division focuses on devising creative and fulfilling ways to foster development and growth in our young people. And today, this symposium, which is held in May, designated as Child's Month, is one such effort. And as I said earlier, this is the 15th year we are staging this symposium, and it has served as a platform for us to inspire our young people and to have the courage to encourage them to own their decisions, envision a better and brighter future, and become confident decision makers and change makers. And what is the theme for this year? Own your decision, shape your world. Let me start my acknowledgements by thanking our able Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Alison Peart. Thank you, Mrs. Peart, for so ably guiding the day's proceedings, and really is one thing that I hope that I could do. Thanks to Mrs. Anika Hall, who represented the Executive Director, for the warm welcome we had this morning, and to Mr. Badalu, I hope I got that right, the Director of Alternate Care Services of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, for sharing greetings with us this morning. Our presenters today, Mrs. Yulin Hay Beckford, Mr. Daniel Brown, and Mr. Gion Mitchell. Your participation has certainly enriched this event, and we are especially thankful for the depth of knowledge and the insightful discussions surrounding the various topics. And we hope that based on what you would have shared, that our young people will be given the knowledge, and we heard from Alex that they are able to make informed making and inspire us to assist our young people in making decisions that will shape their lives positively. We want to also thank our booth holders and sponsors. We were sponsored by the American Friends of Jamaica. We partnered with the National Child Month Committee, Rise Life Management Services, National Council on Drug Abuse, Child Protection and Family Services Agency, the Vocational Training Development Institute, Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information. And young people, you need to thank you very much. One of the things we do is we learn to have fun. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would just pause and listen a little bit. We want to really recognize, help to make the day's event a successful one, and we thank you for your support. To our interpreters, Mrs. Marvisha Good Game Chin and Mrs. Carol Williams, you have done a remarkable job. And thanks for your continued support over the years. To Mr. Raheem Fletcher, our saxophonist, Mr. Dexrose McLeod, our dancer, thank you for the excellent performance. And Mr. McLeod, thank you also for the dance tutorial. I want now to thank our team members, Ms. Kerry-Ann Palmer, Vanessa Magoo, Mrs. Angela Baker, who introduced the presenters, and this assisted with the smooth flow of the day's events. Thanks to the entire staff of the IORM PR assets, and allow me to single out the staff of the program. Various segments of the symposium was well planned and executed. As a team, your commitment in children and youth is truly commendable. To our sound engineer, Jeff Clark, you made it happen so seamlessly. And so seamlessly. Thank you. We express our thank you. We express our sincere appreciation to all the schools. If we planned and you didn't come, nothing would have happened. So thank you so much for attending, and especially to our educators who support and encourage our youth every day, enabling them to grow and thrive. We appreciate you. Once again, we express our deepest appreciation to all who have made the Hush Symposium a memorable and enlightening experience. Your passion and commitment to the well-being and development of our children and youth are truly commendable. Thank you for being a part of this transformative journey, and we will see you at our next event. So see you at our next Hush. Thanks again, and have a safe ride home.
Thank you for thanking us, Mrs. Moshe. Thank her for being the great leader that she is of this noble institution. So we want to give her a round of applause and thank her for the work that she does. So we have come to the end of a wonderful day. I see here I'm to give my closing remarks, and here they are. The stars of the earth. All children are the stars of the earth, and we pray that their bright lights will shine so that we can all witness their great worth, whether or not they are yours or mine. We will hear of their acts of great glory. We will see all the amazing things they've done. We will feel the wonder of their story. We will praise them for the many trophies won. As we look at them, we see our own childhood mirrored so aptly in each and every child. The fact that we turned out so good means that they too will achieve because they have toiled. And to the wicked among us who try to hurt them and play with them like they are toys, who fail to understand that they are our gems, we will protect them in every way, our girls and boys. So all honor and praise to you, our children, not only because of our sweet love, but also to give thanks to the greatest friend, Almighty God, in his kingdom above. And that's in our original from me to you, the children, and to the parents who take good care of them. And at this point, I now invite us all to stand for the singing of the national anthem. Please stand at attention, and all please take part in this national anthem. Are we going to be accompanied, sir?
God bless you all. May He guide you and you walk with each other and forever go with God. Amen.
See the invisible, attain the impossible. It's not your sight.
Like the caterpillar, you too were born to fly.
I was born with everything I need to be me, with wings inside my mind to set me free. I know I've got vision more than my eyes can see, and I know I rule my destiny. So no matter how hard you try, no, you can never change my mind. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I, yeah. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. Hey, watch out now. This a for every caterpillar member say you can't fly. Don't watch no mosquito or no sunfly. Don't sit down and complain, get up and try. Say the word, the whole universe comply. Aye. Work on your goals and build them. Take time and sharpen your skills them. And your dreams don't make no one kill them. Them soon see your wings them. And no matter how hard they try, there's a fact they can't deny. If caterpillars can fly,
so can I.
So can I, yeah. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I, yeah. Yes, I know that I can fly. For I've learned the laws of life. I know that caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I. I was born with everything I need to be me. Wings inside my mind to set me free. I know I've got vision more than my eyes can see. And I know I rule my destiny.
So no matter how you try, no, you will never change my mind. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I, yeah. If caterpillars can fly, so can I.
So can I. Ooh.